Yo, 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 good afternoon. What it do? Welcome to another episode of Snake Cinema Podcast. I'm your host, Prince Elias, and I want to thank y'all for joining me on this special time. Thank y'all for accommodating me in my time slot today. I had to readjust my schedule because of the 5K that I ran today. And we will get more on that later because I will be recapping that before I do my reviews. But just want to say thank y'all for tuning in and joining. Let's see who's here right now. Ken, first early bird. I saw you comment like 30 minutes ago. So, first one, thank you for tapping in. Bosa, El Papa, my compound brother. What's up? Thank you for tapping in. Wiz Constructors, my brother. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you. I appreciate everybody's support. I did drop a link in the comments. And that's part of um our life and updates and news. I did drop a link in the comments. I officially have a merch store. 3 times the charm, right? I tried a merch store once with Teespring, but unfortunately Teespring was not giving people their orders when they ordered. And shout out to Bosa for letting me know that when he ordered a shirt, he never got it. And had to request a refund. And so I decided to go to another one, and I went to what everybody else was using, like Bosa and other people in the reptile hobby. I was using doggone it. Uh, I don't forgot the name already, but anyways, they shut down. They shut down on us and closed shop and didn't tell nobody. Like we were all scrambling, like, what's going on? How come the website isn't working? Come to find out, they shut down. So I took a break, gave up on the merch, and then a good friend, Green Line Morphs, he said, "Yo, I use Bonfire. You should store Frontier. Thank you, both of Store Frontier. That was the second shop. Yeah, they robbed everybody. Like even I made orders that never came through, and they just took our money, no refunds, didn't answer anybody's emails or inquiries, didn't have a phone number to call. Um, it was a hot mess, but yeah, that was money down the drain. So hopefully, 3 times the charm, this bonfire shop will not let me down. And right now, I just got hoodies and t-shirts and nothing big. I still love Printify. I love Printify for the unique stuff like my backpack. Um, and my fanny pack and my duffel bag. So I still use that for those particular items. But when people ask, where can I buy a t shirt? Where can I buy a hoodie? We're going to use Bonfire. So bonfire.com/store/creative reptiles. You see it in the description, in the comments right now and on the screen. So that's where you get, and not only do you have the Jafar logo on a t shirt, you have my original logo, my first ever logo on a t-shirt and hoodies, and you have Snake Cinema Podcast. Yes, Snake Cinema Podcast got their own hoodies and t-shirt line. So please check it out. And you can buy either or, whether you want to rep the podcast logo or the Jafar logo or my original logo. You get a t-shirt, hoodie, sweatshirt, all that jazz. Also, um, another announcement. Thank y'all who have already subscribed, but my second channel, Shed Yourself Vlogs, is up and running. I already have 2 vlogs on there. I have my intro video as well as um, me and my sisters doing the Disney's Food and Wine Festival, and how me explaining and showing y'all how I participated in the Food and Wine Festival while having my food allergy and how that worked out for me. So if you haven't seen those vlogs, check it out. The link is in the comments right there. If you can see that I put in for that channel. And the race that I'll be talking about today, I'll be giving y'all a recap on the podcast about everything that happened, how I feel, and all that jazz. But to see the actual vlog of me actually walking the 5K and the spectators and the people and how Memphis St. Jude ran the whole event. That vlog will be dropping hopefully Monday because I'm editing it today. So hopefully I'll drop it Monday um, on that second channel on the Shed Yourself Vlogs channel. That's where all my race workout videos, my health updates on my allergies and how I'm living, coping with it, and all that jazz. Ro, thank you for tapping in, brother. Always appreciate y'all support. Brittany's Life, thank you for tapping in. Thank you for being a part of the community. I've been seeing you in a lot of chats lately, like Lady T is and others. So thank you. Thank you for joining my podcast today. Yes. Green Line J is a good dude. We've been talking a lot lately. He's a really dope dude, and I'm so happy he got me hooked on this new merch shop. Um, Crystal from Merlin's Magic Morse, thank you for tapping in. Thank you. Appreciate it, Ken. Appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get this party started, y'all. Because I don't want this podcast to be too long and too crazy. We only have two reviews, two album reviews, and then I will have some movies to review for y'all next week. One is a documentary I recently saw on Netflix, and another is I will be seeing Beyonce's Renaissance in theaters. It's actually in theaters. It's actually in a couple of theaters here in Memphis. So I'll be reviewing that as well on next Saturday. So be on the lookout for those movie reviews. But today is about music, but it's also about St. Jude. So a little background on my running journey. I've been running 5Ks and 10Ks since 2013. I did kind of fall off from it between 2018 and 2020 when COVID hit and stuff, but I fell off because I was hella depressed and grieving my grandparents. But before that, back in 2013, 2014, 2015, I was hella into running 5Ks. Like it was my favorite thing ever. I would do some local. I would travel to some. I did some in Nashville. I did some in Little Rock. I've traveled down to Florida to do the Run Disney races. I actually did my first half marathon in 2018 at Run Disney, and it was a lot of fun. I want to do another half marathon, but I got a long journey before that happens because, again, I took like 4 years off of running. And it shows. But I decided to do St. Jude 5K this year to get back in the swing of things. And I must say, this event is my favorite event. I've done at least 6 St. Jude events, including the uh, run walks they throw every September. Um, but I love St. Jude. I love the organization. That's one organization I always support and donate money every year for my paychecks. But I love their races. It's just a great feel, great energy. It's all love, peace, and positivity, and a vibe, and we're doing it for the kids. We're doing it for a cause. Fighting childhood cancer. And one thing about their race is that you will get emotional. Unless you just don't have a heart, you will get emotional. Um, so it was a great event as always. The race directors do a great job. The city itself does a great job because it happens every year. It happens every December. We know what's up, and businesses, organizations, everybody come out and support and cheer, and it's just a great vibe. You'll see people when you're running in through neighborhoods and stuff out in their yards just cheering and having signs up and everything. It's a great event. It's my favorite event of in Memphis. But it was I will say, for someone who took about 4 years off of running and haven't exercised or went to the gym in a long time and just woke up and decided to do this 5K, I actually feel good. Like my calves are a little sore, but I'm not in pain. Like I'm not, my legs aren't screaming. I'm not in no pain. Like I I kept running. I mean, I kept walking even after the race, like walking around downtown, taking pictures and stuff, like enjoying a good time. So I am not tired. I'm pretty sure I'm going to sleep well tonight, but right now my body feels good. I'm not sore at all. Yo, Maki, my sister Maki, thank you for coming into the podcast. Um, of course, I just did the 5K. They have the 5K, the 10K, the half, and the full marathon. They started the 5K and 10K at 7 a.m. So because I live so far from the city, I had to get up at 5 a.m. to drive downtown, um, find parking and all that jazz. But mm, these 5 a.m. wake up calls, I'm not. That's one thing I don't miss about race weekends is the 5 a.m. wake up calls. But I did it. Got a great parking spot close to the finish line, so I did not have to walk far after the race. But it was it was beautiful. It started off at downtown on BB King's, and we walked past the Pyramid, aka the Bass Pro Shop. And we walked through this is my favorite part around Mile 2. We walked through the St. Jude facility, the actual hospital. They have a section, and there were families out there, kids out there with their families cheering us on, and that's when the emotions hit. Like you see those kids, and their situation. You know that they're fighting for their lives, and they're just out there in the cold, cheering us on as we're running and walking, and it lifts your spirits, but it's just very emotional and a very emotional time. But it was beautiful. It was beautiful sight to see, and it's just to see our city come together for a great cause. It was fun. I really did enjoy it. It wasn't that many bands or musicians. Usually during St. Jude, again, it's been some years since I've done the events, but usually in the past it would be like marching bands, school bands, um, local musicians out in the streets. And I didn't see that many this year, maybe because of uh, the weather, or maybe they just couldn't book them in time. But it was still fun. It was still a fun time. Everybody had a great time. And I actually got my medal. So, oh, background is blocking it. So let me take the blue screen off for a second. All right. So y'all can see, and it's a big medal for a 5K. The half and full marathons were a lot bigger than this, but I did it. I finished it, and I am super, super happy. Again, that vlog will be on my second channel, Shed Yourself Vlogs. And so I hope y'all can check it out and see it from my point of view. I had my action camera on me, so the stabilization was very silky smooth. You're not going to get um, that quick fast jerks and stuff that you see with people who like try to record themselves running with a cell phone and shit. But no, the camera I had, smooth footage, is going to be wonderful. So please check out that vlog. But that was it on my recap. I had a great time. I'm not as tired as I thought I was going to be. I'm not as sore as I thought I was going to be. So that was um, it was a success in my eyes, and I did sign up for a few more 5Ks for next year already. I want to do the Little Rock one in March, and there's a couple others. I might do one in Nashville, just for another excuse for me to go to Nashville and see my sister and my nephew. But yeah, that is. But you will be seeing more of those videos 2024. All right. Now, let's get to the main topics, the main events. This is a review podcast. So let's review some shit. And this week we are on music, music by hip hop artists, to be exact. So let me change gears and get my iPad ready. All right. Yeah, you're right, Bosa. I am going to be sore tomorrow. I already know that. But usually in the past, I would be hurting right, like during and right after, especially under, the bottom of my foot, because I have flat feet. But surprisingly, they were not. I was not in any sharp pain throughout the walk. Um, but yes, tomorrow I will be sore, and I probably will regret everything, everything. Look at Wiz already with the spoiler alert. Yes, that Chainz and Wayne is an instant classic. Yes, so let me tell you, I did not. Let's start with their review first. The Two Chainz and Lil Wayne, Welcome to College Grove album, collab album. I did not know that they were making a collab album and that it was dropping at all. Like, it shocked me. I was in Florida with my family for the Food and Wine Festival, and it was and I just said, let me check the new music section of Spotify. Let me check and see what came out. And that was the first thing that popped up. And I was like, oh, I know what I'm listening to. So I'm walking around downtown Disney, window shopping on some expensive merch while listening to Lil Wayne and Two Chainz. And when I tell you I was jamming to myself, man, so a little background, it says right here on genius.com. I like genius.com. It's one of my favorite music websites, especially when it comes to looking up lyrics. Uh, it says, Welcome to College Grove is Two Chainz and Lil Wayne's second collab album, which is a sequel to their first joint, College Grove, released in 2016. I'll be honest, I forgot all about that, and I'm going to have to go and find that album and listen to it again because it's been a long time. 2016. It says Two Chainz, early 2020, Two Chainz revealed that this project would be released in 2020. Unfortunately, it was delayed. And Two Chainz also stated that this will be his final album under Def Jam. So I guess he is a free man now if this is his final album under Def Jam. I'm pretty sure because Two Chainz is all about that bag and that money that he's going to be independent. That way all his money and royalties go to him. Um, so shout out to him and his freedom from the big corporate music record labels. But Two Chainz is a living legend. He's been doing this for a long time. I've been listening to his music since I was in high school. I've been listening to Lil Wayne since I was in elementary school, which I wasn't supposed to, but us kids, we bad. We be sneaking and listening to music we ain't supposed to. But I was pleasantly surprised. And then also during the interludes or the scenes on this album, they had 50 Cent as the narrator. So I thought that was dope, hearing 50's voice. Being like the narrator of the album. But let's get to my favorite tracks. Of course, I've one of my favorite tracks is track number 3, Big Diamonds with 21 Savage. Now look, y'all, I'm from Memphis, but I'm no gangster. I'm not even close to being a gangster. I'm not even close to growing up in the hoods or the ghettos. Like, I am as privileged can be. However, listening to 21 Savage, I feel like I could rob somebody. I feel like I can kill somebody. I love 21 Savage. Anytime I see him featured on a song, I have to listen to it because he's just that dude. And I just love his rapping style, his cadence, his flows. So as soon as I saw on the track list featuring 21, I clicked that first and it did not disappoint. Big Diamonds is my favorite track. I also see a lot of people making TikToks off Pressure. Pressure's dope, but it wasn't my top 5, unfortunately. But it was dope. It was dope song. What was Crazy Thick? Crazy Thick. Lil Wayne on that hook. That's Lil Wayne. That's the dude. And the fact that what I love the most is the fact that Lil Wayne, after all these years, he's been rapping since he was like 16, probably a little younger than that, with the Hot Boys. In 2023, he still got bars. He still got flows. He still got those one-liners that you make you second guess or say pause. Like, what the hell did he just say? Lil Wayne has not missed. Like, that man still got it after all these years, despite his age, despite how long he's been rapping. It's just been amazing. And I also like the song Transparency with Usher. Um, of course, PPA with Fabulous. Oprah and Gail, that song featuring Benny the Butcher. Talk about bars. Oh my gosh, Benny the Butcher is amazing. That oh, Shame, track number 14, Shame. I think that's my favorite out of the entire album. That and Godzilla. Shame and Godzilla are my top two. And then of course the last track with Marsha Ambrosia, because I love Marsha Ambrosia. I love her vocals, her flows, the way she sang. It's so smooth. It's like fine wine. Moonlight, the last track, and the fact that this album, because y'all know I've been complaining all year long about hip hop artists giving us 2 minute songs and how those are not real songs and how I just hate it to death. They gave us 21 tracks, like over an hour long album, and even if you take the interludes out, where it's just 50 Cent narrating, they gave us legit songs, and I loved it. Like we have said, this was an instant classic, at least for me. And it just brings back my high school days. You know, it brings back the memory of my high school days sneaking and listening to hip hop that I wasn't supposed to listen to because my parents were super strict. But and like I listened to Atlanta rappers, I listened to New Orleans rappers, of course Memphis rappers. Like this brought me back. This music was for me. It like I was walking around listening to it I grew up in the hood or some shit and I didn't, but it was amazing. I will say out of all the albums, at least hip hop albums, because I can't. I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all and say that a hip hop album is my number one of the year. But out of hip hop albums that I've listened to, this is number one for me. Um, yes, even above Drake. I know that's a shocker, but yeah, I love this album more than any hip hop album that has dropped in 2023, hands down. So and it might end up being top 10 in the top 10, but I don't know. I have to go through my top 10 list. By the way, not next weekend, but the weekend after, we're going to get started with my top albums, movies, and TV shows of the year. It's going to take about 3 episodes. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Um, this album just might make the cut. I have to go through everything that I've listened to this year. Um, because I'm sorry, but pop and EDM still got me in a chokehold. But if it comes to rap albums, this one's it. This one's it. Let me check the chat, see what y'all talking about. Wiz, if I didn't say hey to you, what's up? Thank you for tapping in. More Valley Ryan, thank you for tapping in. Thank you for listening. Wayne, that dude, he changed the game, changed the culture. Yes, he did. He really did. You got to give Wayne his flowers, especially while he's still alive. You got to give Wayne his flowers. He is a living legend for real. Let's see. Still here listening, but I ain't heard any of the new stuff. It's all I can. That's why I'm here to review and to give y'all suggestions. Although I'm not sure if Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz would be for you, Ken, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe your kids will like it. Maybe they listen to some hip hop. I just don't. When I see Ken, I don't picture him listening to Lil Wayne, but I might be surprised. Let's see. I've been fortunate old enough to live through all the eras of rap, but in the various time, facts, facts. Yes, I haven't lived through most eras of hip hop, but I, I've, I've even though I've started late in the game of the hip hop genre, as a fan, I've caught up on a lot of things. Like I listened to a lot of the old school rap, especially from the 80s and 90s, especially the 90s. To me, the 90s and the early 2000s are my favorite rap. Um, of course, the legends, the people who founded hip hop, I listen to their stuff too. But usually the late 80s, early 2000s, that was my gateway into hip hop back when I was sneaking and listening when I wasn't supposed to. So especially the Southern rappers from the South. Tupac and Biggie are on my top list. However, everybody after them is all Southern rappers from the South. I respect your opinion. Maybe I'll throw some hip hop here and there. Yeah, kid. You might like it. You never know. Kid be blasting Lil White music. That's funny. Hey, Lil White is the dude, man. I love him. I yeah, I love him. Nicole. If y'all missed Nicole's podcast this afternoon, go back and watch it. She interviewed, I guess, a new keeper, from TikTok who she sold a snake to, Cheyenne. Go watch that. It was a great podcast. And I love, we always interview the legends, the OGs. We always interview people who've been in the game. They got like 5,000 snakes. It's good and refreshing to hear an interview from someone who is new to the game and who is a pet keeper and who's learning, and she's learning from the best. She got the best person to teach her, which is Nicole. So please check out that podcast if you missed it live. That's funny. Yeah, you funny. What's up, everybody? What's up? Oh. Sorry, I skipped the comments. Let me go back. Let me go back. I see Keys and dropped in. What's up, Keys? Thank you. Of course, Ryan. 90s and 2000s were the best years of rap. I agree. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad we agree. We are like twins sometimes, even though you're older than me. Let's see. Let's see. I'll crack the NWA here. Hey, you can never go wrong with NWA, Ken. Never go wrong. Especially if you go to the gym and lift the weights, you just, yeah. uh, TJ, Ti, yeah, Ti, yes. Ti was also one of those. Ti was also one of those rappers that I was when I first got introduced to hip hop. One of the first ones I hit up. Oh, T Keys and Keisha, what's up? Hey everyone, it's Keisha. T as we work it. ah, but thank you. I appreciate y'all support. That's my big sister and brother. Oh, Keys. Y'all probably gonna be busy, I know, but me and my family will be in Atlanta the weekend of Christmas. Like from like the 20th, no, the 22nd to the 24th. If I can't meet y'all then or hit up with y'all, link up with y'all then, because I think I'm driving my car, my personal car, um, then hopefully I could come to Atlanta and meet up with y'all another time. But I don't want to be in your area, in your new state, and not tell you that I'm in there. So the weekend of Christmas, I will be in the ATL. I'll be in Georgia. Um, if I'm driving my own car and not riding there with my mom, I might sneak away from the family and drive out to where y'all are. uh, but yeah, I'll be in y'all neck of the woods for the holidays to see my nephew and some other family members. Let's see. Let's see. Post was crazy. I thought Ken was listening to Bruce Dunn. Y'all are funny. Post and Ken, y'all crazy. Of course. Yeah, we do need to have a Southern hip hop only panels, or just hip hop in general. So yeah, when I pre-plan, look, I've already have a lot of episodes that I'm pre-planning in my brain, especially for 2024. I know who to call. Wiz, Keys, I know who to call for those episodes. And we got to get back on the nerd shit too. So, the wheels are turning up here as far as topics and things to review and things to talk about. Oh, Bone Thugs and Harmony, T.I., Young Jeezy. Yep. Y'all are for sure. Randy, we just become best friends. Y'all are crazy. Oh, shoot. Y'all not blue? Damn it. I thought I made y'all blue last time. Let's take a quick commercial break. This episode is brought to you while I turn people blue. This episode is brought to you by Mutation Station and Lucy Lynn Ball Pythons. the best feeders in the Mid-South and Memphis area, the best ball pythons breeding currently in the best. They got some, I don't want to give their secrets away, but they got some shit that just hatched. And I'm like, once I get through with this first payment plan, I'm going on the next payment plan because Lucy Land Kayla, that girl for 14 years old, she is outdoing a lot of breeders right now. And I'm not just saying that because they family, but I'm saying it because it's facts. When you see the babies that she has hatched out, I can't wait till she drop them on Instagram for y'all to see. Okay, where am I? So I can make these folks blue. I'm sorry, y'all. I am dropping the ball. But yeah, so back at the 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne album, top notch, my favorite, loved it. Um, best hip hop this year. And let's get ready to talk about, speaking of hip hop, another artist who dropped a surprise album that I was not ready for. But surprisingly, it's not a hip hop album. And again, I was at Disney when this album dropped and just walking around the theme parks and looked on Spotify and I was like, oh shit, Andre 3000 dropped an album. And like a lot of people, I most likely thought it was going to be rap, and it was not. So we shall talk about that in 1 second on. Okay, I think I made everybody blue. Refresh. If I didn't, refresh your chats. Let's see. Let me get back in the comments. People are talking. Oh yes, yes. I hope I get to see y'all while I'm down there. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, I did not make y'all blue. My bad. My bad. Team Lace. Y'all are crazy. My bad, y'all. I think I smirked y'all now. Blue floppy gang. Y'all are killing me. Ro was in here. He was in the chat. I don't know if he's still in, but yeah, blue floppy gang. That's funny. We should get t-shirts with floppy disks for Daytona. If anybody's going to Daytona, I'm still trying to book a flight out there in an Airbnb. If anybody's going to Daytona, we should have t-shirts with just a picture of a floppy disk. And it'll be just an inside joke for us, everybody who knows Ro. Or if Ro makes his own merch one day with his own t-shirts and his logo, the back of his shirt has to have a floppy disk on it. Yes, it is. When you're potting live, it is very easy to get distracted. Okay, so let's get to the second album that I wanted to talk about besides 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne. See, and that is Andre 3000. Talk about a Southern rap legend. Andre 3000 is that dude. He is the GOAT. And even though he only gave us technically one album, he's been dropping verses on other people's albums for years. Like I even think this year he's been on like 2 or 3 albums on other people's albums where he was just the guest verse. And every time he drops a verse, it's Chef's kiss. He does not miss. And so just like I'm pretty sure all of you, when y'all heard that he had a new album come out, y'all thought it was gonna be rap. Y'all thought it was gonna be hip hop. Y'all thought he was gonna be spinning them bars. Nope, he tricked us. He actually he didn't trick us because I did see the article, the interview that he did with I think GQ magazine, where he told us that it wasn't gonna be hip hop, it wasn't gonna be rap, it wasn't gonna be no lyrics. And I'm happy that he made that disclaimer. I just didn't see that disclaimer till after I heard the album. But I'm glad he did make that disclaimer beforehand. But I will say, I will give pros and cons to this album because it is so different than what I'm used to. The pros. There are 12, 13, and 10-minute, and even 17-minute tracks on here. Y'all know I love long songs. And to have tracks that long, it was a breath of fresh air. The cons is these damn storybook song titles that he got on here. Like, if I'm hanging out with friends and I say throw that Andre 3000 Blue Sun on, I'm not going to tell them the name of the tracks because they're so freaking long. I would just say put track 4 or put track 7. I am not going to say all these long things. For those who has not seen, the the song titles or heard the album, here's track number 1. I swear I really wanted to make a rap album, but this is literally the way it went. That's the title, the long ass title for track number 1. Here's another one. And like, the track titles are so long that they run out of space on the screen. Here's another one. Track number 3, which is my favorite track. I ain't gonna lie, I love this track. But track number 3. That night in Hawaii, when I turned into a panther and started making these low register purring tones that I couldn't control. Shit was wow. That's the title of the song, y'all. Ain't got time to say all that. Just say track number 3. Like, it, and I'm pretty sure he did that as a troll, but man, or maybe because Andre 3000 is just a weird dude. I don't know. But the track titles, I knock off 3 points for that. Like, no. But I will say, let's get down to the music because this is his flute album, his flute music. Because everybody know, ever since he stopped rapping, he would be walking around Soho with a flute, playing a flute, doing what he wanted to do, just living his best black life, rich black life. Uh, I will say, just basing off the music, this shit is fire. This shit is fire. This shit is very meditative. It's zen. It is relaxing. Like, I list like during no, yeah, during Thanksgiving break. Um, I like to do my lesson plans weeks in advance, weeks early. So like right now, I'm creating lesson plans for when we come back from Christmas break, like January, February time. So while I was at the coffee shop making my lesson plans, I was listening to this album. Like, that's how amazing this music is. It's so calming, it's so relaxing, it's such a vibe. It's and when I looked, Spotify had it under the jazz section. It pretty much it's instrumentals. It's him playing the flute with a couple of other instruments in the backgrounds, but the tracks were so good. Like, number 3 is my favorite with that long ass fucking stupid title of That Night in Hawaii When I Turned Into a Panther. The music was amazing. It was fire. Bipolar Disorder Starter, where's 3000 Done Embroidery. That was track number 4. I also like that. I love track number 7. That was a good one. I've listened to that one on repeat on Spotify. Um, it's just certain tracks. And again, these things are like 10, 11, 12-minute long tracks of just meditative Zen instrumentals with him playing the flute. It is amazing. The music itself, judging the music on its own, it is amazing. It is relaxing. You can clean your house with it. I wouldn't go on no road trips listening to it because you might fall asleep on the road. That's how relaxing and calm it is. Not saying it's boring. It's just very calming music. If you're doing like Pilates or some shit, you will practice. You don't listen to this while lifting weights. You won't find the strength. You won't find the strength to lift that 100-pound dumbbell. But if you're meditating, if you're trying to get it relaxed, trying to get ready for bed, or studying, or like me, create lesson plans on a computer in a coffee shop, this is the shit for you. I as much as I miss Andre 3000 rapping, I'm happy he was able to create the album he wanted to create. And I'm happy he was able to experiment and do something different than what we're used to. Again, if you miss Andre 3000 rapping, Google. He has been on some rap albums this year and last year as a guest verse, and all of them has been fire. All of them has been amazing. So he still raps. He just didn't want to. He just couldn't give us a solo rap album. And you know what? If I will take a perfect 10 Andre 3000 verse off someone else's album, featured verse, than a subpar full length him hip hop. If he ain't got the bars to give us 10, 11, 12 tracks, then he ain't got it. And I ain't mad at him. And I'm happy he was free enough to create the music he wanted to create and not be bound to what labels and what, you know, Outcast fans wanted, hip hop fans wanted. And I'm gonna be honest, he might get a Grammy. He might walk out with a Grammy with this. I'm not sure if the deadline to be considered for a Grammy next year will, because usually with music and movies, in order to be for the Grammys and the Oscars, there is a little window that you have to release by in order to be considered. But if he before not they have nominations out, but if he is considered, I think this album, at least in the jazz category, he gonna get that shit. If he didn't miss the deadline of the Grammys, I can't remember when that is because I know there's a certain deadline for the Oscars. That movies have to be released by, otherwise it's not going to be considered until like the following year, and by that then it's too late. That's why most artists don't drop in the fourth quarter. Most artists do not drop at the end of the year if they want to be considered for the award shows the next year. Let's see, we have said Andre 3000 is a different type of dude. This man is using aliases and dropping music for a minute. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to say aliases either. But I get what you mean. Different names, yeah. Different alter egos. Um, let's see. Nicole said his music with no words is topping the chart. Of course it is. I know it is because anybody can listen to it. He's not ostracizing any community. Anybody can listen to this music. So of course it's gonna top the charts. You're gonna have grandmas listening to this album. You're gonna have pastors listening to this album. You're gonna have stressed out teenagers who trying to pass their finals and they just stressing the fuck out and they trying to study for their exam and they listen to this album. You got Andre 3000 fans who are going to listen to this album just because it's an Andre 3000 album, even if they don't listen to this type of music at all on a regular basis. So yeah, he's reached a whole global audience with this album, because as much as we all love hip hop and we love rap, and as big as the hip hop genre is, like when you think about it, hip hop is ruling. Besides EDM, hip hop is ruling the music industry and it's keeping the music industry running. That's facts. There's no argument. You can argue whether it's good or not, but as far as the money maker, hip hop is the number one genre in the market of music. Um, but even as big as it is, as popular as it is still limited as far as audience because not everybody's going to listen to it. You got a whole subset of people who will never listen to a single rap album, whether it's positive, whether it's Christian rap, whether it's Southern rap, whether it's gangster rap, whether it's the kitty rap, the little bow wows of the world and stuff like that. Like there's gonna be a large majority of people who would never listen to a rap album. So for him to drop this album and to have it be so universally loved and accepted for everybody in all cultures, yeah, he's gonna be top of the charts for a minute. What up, Big Mike, birthday boy? Happy birthday, Mike. Herb Collectors. Also, happy birthday, Joey D. I know he's not in the chat right here, but and I already spoke to him on Instagram. But happy birthday to both of y'all. Thank you for tapping in to the podcast. Oh yeah, I got a Smurf mic too. Look, I'm not gonna lie. When y'all be skipping some weekends, some lives, it makes me forget to turn y'all blue the following week. I got your mic. You are blue now. Everybody blue. Everybody in the club getting blue. But yeah, I will say, and maybe one day we might get an Andre 3000 rap. But I'm not holding my breath. Just like I'm no longer holding my breath for a Rihanna album. Every year they're like, oh, she's gonna drop. Oh, she's gonna drop. She's gonna give us new music. She's gonna give us new music. First of all, I didn't realize Anti was so long ago when she dropped it. To me, Anti feel like it happened in 2019, and it happened way. She dropped it way after before that. So I get why people are craving a new Rihanna album, just like they're craving an Andre 3000 rap album because it's been so long as far as music industry goes. But I'm not holding my breath for either or. I'm not holding my breath for Andre 3000 rap album. I'm not holding my breath for a Rihanna album. If it happens to drop, then great. If it don't, at least my expectations are low because I never expected to happen. I like being surprised. Um, and let's see. But that is it. Oh, I didn't give my rate. I'm sorry. I usually give a rate and a number. I would give Andre 3000 uh New Blue Moon. No, Blue Sun, sorry. New Blue Sun album. I I'm not gonna lie to y'all and give it a perfect 10 out of 10. I would give it a 8.5 out of 10. Cause I have to knock points off for them long ass titles, song titles. Like what the fuck? Like I'm not finna say the entire titles of these tracks. I'm just gonna say, yo, turn on track 3, Alexa. Like just imagine you calling Alexa or calling Siri and saying, turn on dreams once buried beneath the dragon floor, slowly sprouting the underlying. Alexa gonna be like, what the fuck did you just say? Like, imagine. I want y'all to try that right now because I'm trying to see some. Try saying a title of an Andre 3000 track and asking Alexa to play that shit. First of all, you're gonna get tongue tied. The computer's not gonna read it. It's gonna say, "What are you talking about?" Sorry, I can't compute. So that's how I feel. So I will give this album an 8.5 out of 10. 2 Chainz, Little Wayne, 10 out of 10. Andre 3000, 8.5 out of 10. But that's just my personal opinion. You might be opposite. You might say, Elias, you full of shit. This is a 10 out of 10. Hey, that is your opinion. And your opinion is not wrong, just like my opinion is not wrong. Music is subjective. There's a reason why, there's this whole Beyonce versus Taylor Swift discord. You got the Beehive going crazy, saying you got the Swifties going crazy. But guess what? Nobody's wrong because both women are killing the music industry. Both women can make amazing songs, or because both women can sing and both women put on amazing tours. So nobody's wrong. Well, the Swifties are kind of wrong because nobody's touching Michael Jackson and Prince, but Beyonce is the closest. Taylor Swift is probably number 4 or 5. So the Swifties are wrong a little bit, but music is subjective. Nobody's really wrong, if you know what I mean, in the grand scheme of things. But if y'all heard the album, any of those albums I talked about, what do you think? Do you like them? Do you hate them? I know some people like Ken probably haven't heard none of this shit I'm talking about. I think I'm speaking another language, but hopefully, if you have Apple Music or Spotify, you could check those albums out and judge for yourself. You might listen to it and hate it. You might listen to it and love it. You might find a track or two on there that you might add to your playlist. Um, Speaking of playlists, what's y'all's? I know we in the Wisdom Clan chat talked about the year end Spotify rap. Um, that always happens every year. Spotify and even Apple Music will show you, the top artists that you listen to throughout the entire year, top albums that you listen to the entire year. And I will say, when I do my top 10 musics of 2023, it would not be 100% like my Spotify Wrapped. because I did listen to a lot of music on YouTube that I did not listen to on Spotify because those songs are not on Spotify. So when I do my top 10 list, you might music of 2023, you might see some surprises. You might hear about some artists that was nowhere near Spotify because I was listening to them every day on YouTube instead. But Spotify was pretty close. I'm not gonna lie. My Spotify rap, Avicii's still number one. That and he's been number one since how long have I had this Spotify account? He's been number one since 2018. Every Spotify rap playlist that I have, Avicii has been number one. Celine Dion has been number two. Nobody has topped those two off their mantles. But three, four, and five always rotates. And so I can't wait to do those podcasts. Like I said, the next podcast next Saturday is going to be movie reviews. So it's going to be Beyonce's Renaissance. I'm going to see that this week in theaters while it's still in theaters. And then there's a documentary that I saw, a true crime documentary I saw on Netflix. Y'all gotta see. Matter of fact, I want y'all to go watch it. That way we can all talk about it together on next week's podcast. It is called Escaping Twin Flame on Netflix. If you got a Netflix, watch that documentary. It is crazy, and that's all I'm gonna say. Watch it so we can all talk about it next week on next week's podcast. But the podcast after that, the podcasts that are happening throughout Christmas and even on to New Year's will be my top films, TV shows, and music of the year. I think I'm going to combine movies and TV shows on one episode because I'll be honest, I haven't watched that much TV because I work and I'm in grad school and I'm running a business and I'm podcasting. So I have not watched a lot of TV, but the TV shows I did watch, I'm going to talk about them, good, bad, and ugly. Um, and also I'll have the top 5 TV shows, maybe top 5 or top 10 movies on one episode, and then a separate podcast episode, probably the end of December, leading into the new year. It would be the top 10 music of 2023. And so, and if anybody wants to join in on those episodes just to share your top, what you listened to this year, what you watched this year, whether you loved it or hated it, hey, we can even do a worst of list. And we want to do the worst of 2023. We could do an episode on that too, even if it end up being like the first weekend in January. I don't care. We get not 2022, 2023. Damn, my brain. So yes, if you want to hop in on any of those episodes, let me know. But I can't wait to do those podcasts. Those are going to be great. So next week it will be Beyonce's Renaissance film and Escaping Blue Flame. Please go watch that documentary on Netflix so we can talk about it, because I can't be the only one. When I watch stupid, crazy, or hilarious documentaries, I can't be the only one to talk about it. So please watch it and we'll discuss. And if you just happen to see the Beyonce movie that's at theaters and you want to talk about that too, let's chat and see how, your thoughts and opinions. Me personally, I love when artists release their concerts to theaters because some people like me are too broke to go see them live in concert. And so when they be dropping their concert shows in theaters or even on streaming services, like when Beyonce did the Coachella thing and dropped it on Netflix, that was chef's kiss. I like watching live shows that I can't afford to go see live. Let's see, Wiz says, Young Dro and Jeezy top my list. Jay-Z, Wayne, that Mexican OT. Yo, that Mexican OT is one of my new favorite rappers. Like, I think I've heard a song of his like a month or two ago. I think it went viral on TikTok. I can't remember, but man, I like that. I like that guy. Jody Breeze. Haven't heard of Jody Breeze. I'm gonna have to look that up. That artist up. T.I. Paperwork. Yeah, for sure. T.I. is a legend for sure. Um, But yeah, those are my reviews for today. That is today's episode. And again, thank y'all so much for supporting me. Thank y'all for always um helping your boy out and even popping up when I change the times because I like my 9 a.m. time slot, but some Saturdays I have other things I have to do, like this race, and I had to change the time, and y'all were still showed up and showed out. I appreciate y'all support your boy on today's episode. And again, before we leave, if you have not listened to watch Nicole's this afternoon, go do it now while hit their replay. um, Kent Craft Brewery has a show right after mine. If it hasn't already started, I can't remember. I'm trying not to, because I had to change my time. I'm trying not to interfere with other people's podcast time slots. So I think his is right after mine. So, and I think he's interviewing Pressure Pythons, Alex and Justin. Alex and Justin. So please watch that podcast. And then tonight, Joey D and Wiz, Sophisticated Ignorance. Joey D might not be on because of his birthday, but again, Joey D, happy birthday. Big Mike, happy birthday. Still check out because y'all know the Wiz Tank Clan. We always show up and show out. And for some reason, I have a beef with Wiz and Keys. Wiz and Keys, every time there's a Hair Down Friday or every time there is a Sophisticated Ignorance show, I end up with a new snake. And 9 times out of 10 is from ball projects. I have a beef with y'all. Stop having these dope podcasts and these dope shows with these dope guests showing me snakes that I need to buy. Y'all are y'all are fucking up my wallet. But the new snake I'm getting from Bump Projects. She's free. I'm just paying shipping. It's a snake with disabilities, a king snake, and she's gonna be a part of my educational show. So I'm super excited. But yeah, that's my only beef with y'all podcasts. Y'all keep showing me dope snakes, and I keep having to open my wallet. But again, if you missed the show earlier, in the beginning, I do have a new merch store, bonfire.com/creative dash reptiles. That's where you can get the hoodies for the Jafar logo, my original logo, my Trans Pride logo for those who are allies and want to support, and also the Snake Cinema podcast. T-shirts and hoodies. So the official Snake Cinema podcast logo has their own merch all under the Bonfire Store shop. So it's right there in the comments, earlier in the comments, and I have it right here on the screen. And for those who missed out, did not know I have a second channel, my channel talking about my fitness and um my new allergy to dairy and meat. My journey of a healthy lifestyle is called Shed Yourself Vlogs. Here's the link right here in the comments. Again, it was up further in the comments for those who came in late. If you're not subscribed to that channel, please subscribe. The vlog for the St. Jude 5K will be on there on Monday, where you get to actually see my point of view of me walking that race. But thank y'all again. Thank y'all again for all the support. Yo, what's up, Patty Pat? How you doing? Thank you for tapping in. Enjoyed it, bro. You know. Thank you, Wiz. Thank you. Yes, yes, exactly. That's why I love that snake. Like I don't even have her yet, and I already love her. She's gonna be a great addition to our educational shows because a lot of my educational shows that I do are with kids with disabilities, kids in special needs classes. So that's show them a snake with special needs and that is still living, thriving, or surviving and living his best life. I wanted to educate them and let that be a great example that just because you were born different does not equal anything bad at all. So I appreciate y'all, and I can't wait for her to come home to me. But that is it for today's episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you missed it and came in late, please hit the replay to watch the beginning where I talked about my race, my 5K race, as well as the review of the 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne album and the Andre 3000 album. And for those who are watching the replay, those who missed the live and watching the replay, comment, like, and comment on the video. Tell me, what have you heard the albums that I talked about? Did you like them? Did you hate them? Nobody's wrong, either or. And tell me and comment your favorite album of 2023. Comment below and we will discuss. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in every week, every Saturday. Hopefully, we'll be back to our regular 9 a.m. schedule. I like doing it early in the morning. Um, Thank y'all for tuning in to Snake Cinema Podcast. I love y'all. Peace out, family. See y'all tonight on Sophisticated Ignorance in the chats.